After 10 days of battling Dugu by Tian, demonic Chu finally succeeded in absorbing the power of the supreme divine body. Xiao Zhan looked exhausted as he stepped out of the small space. He thought to himself, I didn't expect that old man to be so hard to deal with. At that moment, the system unexpectedly displayed a notification. Congratulations, host, you have successfully consumed the power of the supreme divine body and received 50 attribute points. You can allocate these points at any time. Receiving the system's message, demonic Chu, with dark circles under his eyes, calculated, first, I won't rush to increase my points. I'll take my time. For the past few days, Lu Qingyu and Lu Yi have been waiting for Xiao Zhan outside. Seeing him, Lu Yi couldn't help but feel joy and immediately asked, Why did you take so long in there? Xiao Zhan rubbed the back of his head and smiled. How long have I been in there? Lu Yi replied coldly, 10 days. In 7 days, that sister Lu in the purple dress will come out again. You promised you would make me fall in love with you. Lu Yi spoke with a hint of complaint, and best actor Xiao Zhan, sensing her displeasure, quickly moved closer to her, gently wrapped his arm around her, and flatteringly said, Don't be mad, Lu Yi. That old man inside wanted to consume me, so I ended up fighting him for 300 rounds, which is why I took so long. I definitely didn't mean to. After hearing it all, Lu Yi's eyebrows shot up. She turned her gaze to Xiao Zhan and asked in surprise, the supreme divinity of the dusk, planning to consume you for hundreds of thousands of years, and yet you weren't hurt at all? Demonic Chu grinned and replied, Yeah, I guess it's just my lucky fate, but this incident serves as a wake-up call. Next time, I definitely need to be more careful. Lecherous Chu spoke as he casually played with Lu Yi's ample bosom. This action made Lu Yi flinch a bit. Her eyebrows shot up, and she immediately smacked his forehead, coldly scolding, You may have great luck, but what's with your hand wandering around like that? You better not get more brazen, kid. If you're not careful, I'll make sure you never get to touch a woman for the rest of your life. Best actor Xiao Zhan quickly withdrew his hand. His expression twisted into a forced smile as he responded, Cough, cough, cough. I'm just used to it, Lu Yi, don't be mad. I promise I won't do it again. Seeing Xiao Zhan's awkward reaction, Lu Yi could only glare at him without saying another word. Xiao Zhan, along with Lu Qingyu and Lu Yi, then headed back to the cave to find Tu Shan Yu and Tu Shan King Su. As soon as they saw Xiao Zhan return, both of them were overjoyed and hurriedly called out, my lord, you finally came back. Shan Yu, with her lovely little face, couldn't hide her excitement. She quickly ran over to Xiao Zhan and jumped up to hug his neck tightly. She softly said, Master, Yu missed you so much. Xiao Zhan wrapped his arms around her small waist and smiled as he asked, Did anyone come to bother you during my absence? Tu Shan Yu beamed as she replied, Sorry to worry you, Master. During this time, there were both humans and barbarians, but all of them were taken care of by Yu. This is our territory. No one dares to bully us. Xiao Zhan gently patted Tu Shan Yu's head and smiled as he said, Well done. Let's go. It's been over 10 days, and it's time to head to Tian Yao City. Receiving praise from Xiao Zhan felt like receiving great honor for Tu Shan Yu. She felt immensely happy inside. She jumped down from Xiao Zhan's arms, raised her small hand, and cheerfully said, All right, I'll lead you into the city. The next day, Xiao Zhan, Tu Shan Yu, Tu Shan King Su, and Lu Qingyu, along with Lu Yi, boarded the flying boat and finally flew to Tian Yao City. This place is a vast and expansive plain located in the heart of Southern with an enormous area. The city of Shangjing Daming is even smaller than this fort, not even comparable to a small town. At this moment, Tu Shan Yu turned to Xiao Zhan and said with a joyful smile, Master, why have you stayed in my guest house tonight? Demonic Chu smiled back, Sure. The four of them headed straight to the Tu Shan Fox clan's guest house in Tian Yao City. As they reached the entrance, they were immediately greeted by someone. Demonic Chu smirked, thinking I didn't expect the Tu Shan Fox clan in Tian Yao City to have such a large business. Now that Tu Shan Yu is with me, doesn't that mean this guest house is partly mine too? Ha. The one who welcomed them was a female manager named Jin Ling. She had the cultivation of a low sing at the low stage, seemed to be around 30 years old, and had an elegant and striking figure. Upon seeing Tu Shan Yu, Jin Ling respectfully bowed and said, I didn't know Mrs. Yu was coming to Tian Yao City. What brings you here? Tu Shan Yu crossed her arms and looked straight at Jin Ling with a serious expression, asking, When I entered the city, I noticed the security in Tian Yao City is much stricter than before. Has something significant happened recently? Jin Ling replied, Mrs. Yu, you may not know this, but Tian Yao City has been quite unstable lately. There's a group of humans lurking in the shadows, causing trouble. Hearing this, Demonic Chu felt a wave of anxiety rising within him, and he involuntarily let out a soft gasp. Xiao Zhan was aware that the chaos in Tianyao City stemmed from Lu Hongyi, but he didn't know the exact methods they had used to evade the investigations of the Divine King realm. Meanwhile, in a southern part of Tianyao City, on the roof of a certain manor, three people dressed in black cloaks lay flat on the ground, observing from a distance. At that moment, the person on the left suddenly spoke up, Mr. Feng. Based on the current situation, it seems Lu Hongyi won't be able to save himself. Mr. Feng, who was in the center, clenched his fist and said through gritted teeth, "We've been searching for this treasure for nearly 100 years. Now it's in the hands of the girl Lu Hongyi saved. We absolutely have to find a way to rescue them. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been in vain. Are you willing to accept that?" "Yes." The person on the right added, "Mr. Feng is right. What can we do?" Not to mention the four divine kings patrolling Tianyao City, there's also the city's protective barrier. In this hidden darkness, there are 7 great saints. We 3 are no match for them. Mr. Feng frowned slightly. He raised his left hand to stroke his chin and then smirked coldly, saying, "Let Tianyao City fall into chaos. Only in chaos will we have a chance to save Lu Hongyi." At the same time, on the highest floor of the Tushan Fox Clan's inn, Lu Yi and Tushan King Su were sitting together sipping tea. Demonic Chu stood quietly at a distance, tilting his head to gaze at the distant sky. He thought to himself, "I can't believe the city lord of Tianyao City, Tio Dasheng, is also so ruthless. To think he would come up with a way to use human blood essence to refine divine weaponry." Because of this, they had broken through the barbarian territory, heading north with Wu Jinhai bypassing Tian Yuanlong City and seeking ways to infiltrate the human territory. In the shadows, they capture humans with special physiques. Hong Yu was a girl who valued relationships and loyalty. It was said that Mr. Lin's granddaughter had once taken them in. Due to her unique physique, she had been captured by the demon race. When Lu Hongyi received the news, she immediately rushed to Tianyao City to rescue her. Although she had a low saint level of cultivation and was quite powerful, in this mysterious place, low saints were prevalent. Her strength was still not enough. After successfully rescuing Mr. Lin's granddaughter, her whereabouts were exposed. Consequently, she was chased by a group of low saints and great saint barbarians. Essentially, she couldn't escape from Tianyao City. In desperation, she had no choice but to use her trump card to save her life. Thinking about this, Demonic Chu held his head and sighed with a wry smile. "This does sound a lot like me. Hong Yi, just hang in there a little longer. I'm about to get you out." Lost in thought, Tu Shan Yu pushed the door open and walked in. As soon as she saw Xiao Zhan, her face lit up with a happy smile. "Master, you are at his back." With that, Tu Shan Yu ran straight to Xiao Zhan, jumping up to wrap her arms around his neck as she cheerfully said, "I completed the mission you gave me, Master. I've met Lu Hongyi and Lim Qiao, they are both safe. I delivered the formation map you asked for to them." At first, Lu Hongyi didn't trust me, but when she saw the formation map you gave me, her body shook with surprise. It took her a while to collect herself, but eventually she agreed to cooperate with our plan. Xiao Zhan gently stroked Tu Shan Yu's hair, smiling as he said, You did an excellent job. Did anyone suspect you?" Tu Shan Yu immediately shook her head and smiled like a flower. "No one suspects me at all. If my lord could kiss Yuer, I have more information to share." Xiao Zhan's expression turned serious right away. He playfully pinched Tu Shan Yu's cheek and scolded, "What? You dare to make a request to my lord?" Seeing Xiao Zhan's change in attitude, Tu Shan Yu, with her innocent expression, quickly deflated. She hurriedly explained, "My lord, Yuer was wrong. I shouldn't have made a request of you. I won't do it again next time." Hearing this, Xiao Zhan's expression softened. "All right, my lord forgives you. Now tell me, what information do you have?" Tu Shan Yu shared the intelligence she gathered from elder brother Tian Mian. He suspects that my lord is Demonic Chu from the low saint ranking. Tian Mian knows that Demonic Chu has a good relationship with Lu Hongyi. He speculates that if you are Demonic Chu, you will definitely appear to rescue Lu Hongyi. If that happens, the forces you've offended in the past will be coming after you again. After hearing Tu Shan Yu's account, Xiao Zhan smiled widely. Your elder brother's intelligence really shows progress. Demonic Chu thought to himself, this guy is indeed clever. He really is talented. There are few in the world who suspect me like he does. This person, having no prior connection to me, still manages to have his doubts. Truly, he is an opponent worthy of my recognition. After this realization, Xiao Zhan gently lifted Tu Shan Yu's chin. You did very well. This is a reward from your master. Before Demonic Chu could collect his thoughts, Yu wrapped her arms tightly around Xiao Zhan and passionately kissed him. The two Tu Shan Yus were truly clever fox spirits. In front of Lu Yi, Tu Shan Yu displayed her emotions so casually, knowing that she'd definitely turn into a fox fur coat. He. Lu Yi had been quietly watching the scene unfold from her spot behind them. She calmly brought her teacup to her lips, feeling no disturbance within herself. Meanwhile, Sister Lu languished in anticipation. Seeing this unfold, she couldn't help but smile to herself, thinking, so this is Xiao Zhan's younger brother. Is he really that sweet-talking? He sure knows how to win people over. Maybe I can learn a thing or two from this and use it on Xiao Zhan later. Just thinking about it excited her. Suddenly, the system popped up with a mischievous note. There are no shortcuts in love. Please don't copy. Witnessing the intimate moment between the two, Chu Xiao sensed that her master was quite thirsty. She proactively offered him some spirit tea, saying, Master, please have some tea. Xiao Zhan reached out to take the cup. Seeing Tu Xiu's face flush with a rosy hue, demonic Chu felt a surge of joy in his heart. A smile crept onto his lips as he thought, what is happiness? This is happiness. Life is like this. What more could I ask for? Ha ha. The more he thought about it, the more excited Xiao Zhan became. His face lit up with a self-satisfied grin as he enjoyed the attentive service from the two fox girls. Sitting nearby, Lu Qingyu and Lu Yi, with their cold expressions, suddenly spoke up, what are your plans next? Tianyao City has 4 divine kings, one of whom is a descendant of the demonic butterfly. That girl named Dai Zun has an emperor weapon, and that guy Sun Xiao also has an emperor weapon. If we fight them, I fear I won't be able to protect you. Hearing Lu Yi's concern, demonic Chu remained untroubled. Calmly, he hugged Tu Xiu close and smiled confidently, no need to rush. Hong Yi and the others will need time to set up their formation. Before they make their move, I'll make sure one of the divine kings loses their fighting strength. It could very well be Dai Zun. A few days later, in Tianyao City, the streets were even more lively at night than during the day. The roads were filled with a steady stream of wandering creatures. Suddenly, in the middle of the street, a dozen or so regular members of the beast tribe coughed up blood. Their bodies shook violently as they clutched their chests, crying out in pain. Their eyes rolled back, and they fell to the ground, writhing in agony. Seeing this, the surrounding beast tribe members quickly stepped back, their faces filled with fear. What on earth is happening? What's wrong with them? A panicked rabbit spirit began to tremble, not even waiting to ask what was going on. Blood poured from the corners of her eyes and mouth just as she collapsed. It wasn't just her. All the other creatures on the street began to fall over like saplings in a storm, their lives slipping away as they confronted death. In a narrow alley nearby, 3 figures cloaked in black stood quietly watching the scene unfold. The one on the far left wore a sly grin and spoke up, Mr. Feng, your poison is becoming more refined every day. The person on the right continued, of course, this is the black plague that the Great One has devoted himself to researching and creating. It is highly contagious. If we don't act quickly to stop it and find a solution, it won't be long before it spreads throughout Tianyao City. As long as one's cultivation level is below Divine Bridge Realm, no one can escape it. In this way, Tianyao City will definitely fall into chaos. Impressive, truly impressive. Mr. Feng thought to himself, feeling very pleased. He smiled and said, we should leave now. They will soon notice this place. With that, he turned around and left with his 2 henchmen. Not long after the 3 men in black cloaks departed, Tian Zhen emerged from a rift in the void on the street. After receiving the news, Tian Zhen hurriedly arrived here at the fastest speed. Seeing the fallen comrades scattered across the ground, Tian Zhen approached and stretched out his hand to inspect one of the corpses. His brow immediately furrowed. This is a highly contagious plague. This method is too cruel. Below Divine Bridge Realm, anyone who contracts this poison can hold on for at most 1 moment before dying. If this continues within 1 moment, hundreds of thousands of people will perish. Immediately, he sealed off the area, not allowing anyone to approach or escape. Tai and Mayan frowned in anger. What kind of huge secret is hidden within Lu Hong Yi that makes those trying to save her so stubbornly attached? Most human cultivators are the kind of people who won't act unless they see a benefit. They won't shy away from using any underhanded tactics. The fact that they all want to take Lu Hong Yi means they definitely have some kind of ulterior motive. Meanwhile, in Tianyao City, on the roof of the city lord's mansion, a massive figure stood tall, holding a golden staff as he looked over the commoners of the Tianyao race below. The Saint Golden Ape had fiery eyes, resembling a volcano ready to erupt at any moment. He had witnessed his fellow beings falling one after another and couldn't contain his anger. These human rats are truly despicable. You're putting in all this effort just to take Lu Hong Yi, right? Well, I won't let you have your way. I will capture all of you, strip your flesh, and use your souls to forge weapons. Then, I will forever suppress your souls within them. As the scene shifts to Tushan Hotel, inside the courtyard under the ginkgo tree, Xiao Zhan stands quietly listening to the intelligence that Tushan Yu has brought back. Master, there's an unidentified group of humans. They are brazenly using a plague to harm a large number of our people within Tian Yao City. It's clear that these troublemakers intend to create chaos in Tian Yao City and seize the opportunity. Their target might be Miss Liu Hongyi, and I'm worried, Master. At this point, Tu Shanyu hesitates. She wants to say more, but holds back. The man lost in thought is none other than the best actor, a notorious bad boy known as Demonic Shu. After considering the situation, Xiao Zhan gently ruffles Tu Shanyu's hair and smirks, "Don't worry. Now that I'm here, those scoundrels hiding in the shadows are destined to fail." In his eyes, a fierce light flickers as he thinks, daring to set their sights on Liu Hongyi. "I will make sure they never return, burying them all in Tian Yao City." About 30 minutes later, after assessing the conditions of the people in Tian Yao City, Tian Zhen finally returns to the inn. The moment Tu Shanyu sees him, she calls out, "Elder brother, you're finally back. Where have you been all day? Were you planning to play hide and seek with Yor?" Tian Zhen smiled and replied, "Haha, not bad, not bad. Yor is still very vigilant. Yor, lately Tian Yao City hasn't been peaceful. You should leave here soon." As he spoke, Tian Zhen stepped closer to Tu Shanyu. Hearing this, Tu Shanyu quickly responded, "I still have a few personal matters to take care of, so I can't leave just yet." Tian Man continued to persuade her, "Yor, dear, listen to me and leave as soon as possible." Ignoring her older brother's advice, Tu Shanyu put her hands on her hips and boldly shot back at Tian Zhen. "You shouldn't worry about my affairs. Are you really planning to show up like this in front of others? Not quite a man, not quite a woman. Are you saying I'll have to call you sister from now on?" Hurt by the words of his beloved younger sister, Tian Zhen became extremely angry. He immediately raised his voice and scolded, "How dare you speak to me like that? The reason I look like this is because of that damn Xiao Zhan, isn't it?" Xiao Zhan had been standing by, quietly witnessing the verbal sparring between the siblings. He couldn't help but chuckle, covering his mouth to stifle his laughter. Suddenly, Tian Zhen seemed to realize that something was off with Xiao Zhan. He stared intently at Xiao Zhan for a long time, and his brows furrowed. "Yor, who is the person standing behind you?" Tian Zhen thought to himself, "Why does this person's face look so familiar? Why do I feel an unsettling sensation just by seeing him? This feeling is really strange." When Tu Shanyu noticed Tian Zhen frowning, she immediately understood that he was overthinking. Normally, she wouldn't have bothered about someone else, but Tian Mian was different. He could pinpoint the key issues. If he figured it out, all of Xiao Zhan's plans during this time would be completely wasted. Thinking this, Tu Shanyu quickly reached over to Xiao Zhan. Her face turned red as she shyly said, "Elder brother, let me introduce you to him. His name is Tu Yu, a kindred spirit I've recently met. He got lost at a young age and has been following his mother to practice and live in hiding. Luckily, he crossed paths with me. Elder brother, please don't be harsh with him." Xiao Zhan smiled slightly when he heard Tu Shanyu's words, revealing a hint of amusement. Inside, he silently praised, "Well done. This little sister of mine doesn't even know who she's picking up bad habits from, and she can lie too. But no matter what, this little fox is quite clever. At least she's redirected the attention to that Tian Zhen guy, haha." Looking at the situation, Tian Mian was still under the control of his little sister. After hearing the name Tu Shanyu had given Xiao Zhan, the flames of anger instantly rose in Tian Mian's eyes. He grit his teeth and muttered angrily, "Tu Yu. What kind of weird name is that? My little sister is Tu Shanyu, and this guy calls himself Tu Yu. How arrogant can he be? What a shameless thing." Xiao Zhan clearly noticed that Tian Mian's expression had turned sour. He happily thought to himself, "Just look at Tian Mian's face. It turns out he's a total big brother over his little sister. If one day he finds out that the sister he cares for most becomes mine, he'll probably go crazy, right?" Haha. Tian Zhen noticed that his sister had an unusual attitude toward that kid Tu Yu. He openly displayed his disdain, looking directly at Xiao Zhan and casually saying, "So, you're Tu Yu, right? You're still young and have achieved godly power realm cultivation, which makes you quite a prodigy. Why then are you clinging to a woman's skirt, willingly becoming dependent on her just to be looked down upon? Hey, how much do you want to get away from my sister?" Everyone around felt a sense of deja vu from his words. Only those who watched the show understood. Hearing this, Xiao Zhan's eyelids twitched a few times, feeling that this moment was oddly familiar. Tu Shanyu, her small face flushed with anger, spoke up, "Elder brother, what are you saying?" Seeing Tu Shanyu get upset, Tian Zhen wasn't going to back down this time. He coldly replied, don't talk. I'm asking this kid. Noticing the hostility radiating from Tian Mian, Xiao Zhan smiled slightly and responded, brother, we're all family here. Talking about money feels a bit distant. Tian Mian Zhen was momentarily taken aback by this, but very quickly he regained his composure. In an instant, he moved in front of Xiao Zhan, grabbing the collar of his shirt with one hand and growling, you damn it, what did you call me? Whose family with you? Talk like that again and I swear I'll kill your little brat. Seeing Tian Mian Zhen so furious, Xiao Zhan appeared helpless on the surface, but inside he was extremely pleased. He smiled and said, you should persuade elder brother to let him go. Tu Shan Yu, small in stature, rushed toward Tian Mian Zhen without a second thought and bit down hard on his arm. Elder brother, you better let him go. If not, I'll bite you to death. Faced with his beloved sister's actions and words, Tian Mian Zhen trembled. His face showed shock as he thought, the sister I've raised for over 1,000 years is actually turning on me for a man. What a traitor. That hurts. My heart aches so much. At that moment, Xiao Zhan suddenly spoke with a tone of reproach, directing his words at Tu Shan Yu. Treating elder brother like this is really disrespectful. You should let go of him. Hearing Xiao Zhan's reminder, Tu Shan Yu immediately released her bite and happily turned to Xiao Zhan, squinting her eyes as she smiled and said, okay. Tian Mian Zhen watched this unfold and his expression twisted instantly, his face pale. He seemed unable to believe what was happening. Xiao Zhan stood frozen, unsure of how to react. Xiao Zhan caught sight of Tian Mian Zhen staring blankly. He continued to tease Tian Mian, saying, elder brother, don't worry. I will definitely teach that girl a lesson later. She doesn't understand anything. How could she bite elder brother like that? Hearing this, Tian Mian Zhen nearly spat out blood. With a fierce look on his face, he glared at Xiao Zhan and shouted, you dare to teach my sister a lesson? I will definitely kill you today. With that, Tian Mian Zhen immediately threw a punch at Xiao Zhan's face, but before the punch could reach him, Tu Shan Yu jumped in front, spreading her small arms to block Xiao Zhan. Elder brother, I'm not angry yet, so why are you mad? Tian Mian Zhen shook with rage upon hearing this. He pointed at Xiao Zhan, who was standing behind Tu Shan Yu, and said, can't you hear? This brat said he wants to teach you a lesson. A puny godly power realm like him thinks he can teach a great saint like you. How can you put up with this? Tu Shan Yu's face turned red instantly. She lowered her head and shyly said in a soft voice, I like being taught by him. Her words pushed Tian Mian Zhen past his breaking point. He could no longer hold back and immediately spat out blood. Tian Mian Zhen knew that his younger sister had fallen in love. Feeling helpless, he cradled his head in one hand and turned away, coldly saying, forget it. I have other matters to attend to. Tian Yao City is about to fall into chaos. Don't run around. As for you, you'd better not go outside, otherwise my people might kill you when you least expect it. There was a thick aura of killing intent in Tian Mian Zhen's words. He must have been very angry, wishing he could strike Xiao Zhan dead on the spot. However, because his stubborn sister was defending him, Tian Mian had to swallow his anger. In the end, he helplessly tore through the fabric of space and left. After provoking Tian Mian, Xiao Zhan felt incredibly pleased. He turned to Tu Shan Yu and smiled, saying, you've worked hard to help me hide my identity. Now, let me help you relax a bit. How Xiao Zhan helps Tu Shan Yu relax is something only the two of them would understand. Haha. Back at Tian Mian Zhen's cave, he took out a bottle of wine and sat down, drinking half of it in one go. Just then, King Yu Saint tore through the space and walked in. Seeing Tian Mian lounging in a chair with a drink, he asked, Tian Mian, what's wrong with you? You don't seem very happy. Tian Mian let out a soft sigh. His expression showed a bit of sadness and helplessness. He replied, it's nothing. How are the doctors doing? King Yu Saint cheerfully responded, Tian Mian, your guess was absolutely right. Those cowardly rat-like humans really did want to take action against the doctors in Tian Yao City. Thankfully, because of your warning, we were able to respond in time, but wouldn't manage to successfully stop them. Hearing this, Tian Mian Zhen felt a sense of relief. His mood lifted significantly. He smiled at King Yu Saint and said, good, now we just need to wait for the doctors to develop the antidote. If something had happened to them, the ordinary people in Tian Yao City would likely have perished in no time. As he spoke, Tian Mian Zhen furrowed his brow. He thought to himself, when faced with a problem, simply thinking of ways to deal with it without removing the obstacle is not enough. Addressing the root of the problem is the most crucial part. He continued, we must definitely draw out those rats hiding in the shadows and catch them all. King Yusain asked, "So, what should we do?" Tian Qiong cast a weak glance around him. He spoke coldly. "The rats must be hiding some valuable secret. They're buried too deep for normal methods to catch them. Based on their behavior in recent days, we can deduce that their target is Liu Hongyi, who is currently locked up by us. If that's the case, we should set a trap. Liu Hongyi can take advantage of the chaos to escape. At that point, the hidden rats will inevitably show themselves. Who knows, Xiao Zhan might fall into the same snare." King Yusain continued to inquire, "How will we set up this escape act?" Tian Jun's eyes immediately brightened. He replied, "Illusion technique. We need to use an illusion technique capable of covering Tianyao City and catching the Great Saint off guard with a major illusion. Currently, in the demonic wildlands, only 2 people can accomplish this. The first is the Master Succubus, who has been missing for nearly 2,000 years. The second is the Blood Monster Lord. I will go invite the Blood Monster Lord to take action." With that, Tian Mayan stood up at once. He didn't want to waste any more time, as the longer it dragged on, the more damage Tian Yao City would suffer. "Qing Yu, wait for me here. I'll return as soon as I can. If anything happens, you need to send me a message immediately." A few hours later, at this moment, the sky over Tian Yao City turned dark as the moon suddenly turned red. The entire city was instantly pulled into an illusion by the Blood Monster Lord. At the same time, in the living room of the Tushan Hotel, Xiao Zhan was discussing important matters with Lu Yi, Tushan Yu, and Tushan King Su. Suddenly, Lu Yi sensed something unusual. She immediately stood up and, with a flick of her sleeve, released a bright point of white light. This quickly formed a barrier that enveloped Xiao Zhan, Tushan Yu, and Tushan King Su. This barrier prevented them from being affected by the illusion technique and tricked the caster into believing that they had also been drawn into the illusion. At this moment, Xiao Zhan was confused about what was happening. Seeing Lu Yi act suddenly, he asked, "Lu Yi, what's going on?" Lu Yi looked at Xiao Zhan and calmly replied, "A divine king from the demon tribe is casting a powerful illusion technique. He wants to pull all the beings in Tian Yao City into his illusion." Xiao Zhan's eyes widened slightly. "A move this big? Why are they doing this? Wait, could it be?" Lu Yi nodded slightly. "That's right. They want to capture those who have poisoned the people in Tian Yao City." Tu Shanyu looked up at Lu Yi and asked, "Lu Master, with Tian Yao City being so vast, what did that divine king use as a bridge? How did he bring all the people of Tian Yao City into the illusion?" Lu Yi, upon hearing Tu Shanyu's question, pointed directly at the moon in the sky and replied calmly, "He used the moonlight as a bridge. Additionally, this secret technique is saturated with a foul smell of blood. The one who did this must be a divine king who uses the blood of the human race to cultivate." Hearing this, Tu Shanyu's eyes flickered. She slammed her hands down on the table, jumped up, and exclaimed, "Master, this illusion technique is mind alteration. It was the Blood Monster Lord who attacked." Xiao Zhan frowned and said, "The Blood Monster Lord? Are you sure about this?" Tu Shanyu quickly shook her head. Her tone was filled with confidence as she replied, "Master, I absolutely will not make a mistake. It must be mind alteration, a secret technique from the Tian Qiong Continent. Only the Blood Monster Lord could master such a technique." Demonic Chu fell into deep thought. In Tian Yao City, there's another divine king. This situation is even beyond what I expected. The difficulty level has surpassed imagination. The only reason Blood Monster Lord could set up such a powerful formation is that these people have thoroughly angered the masters of Tian Yao City. What kind of environment does that demon race want to create to make these individuals appear? Liu Hongyi must have escaped, which is why they chose to reveal themselves. With this thought, Demonic Chu immediately looked at Liu Hongyi, who was in prison. At that moment, in the northern part of Tian Yao City, a loud explosion suddenly erupted, shaking the entire city. In a tall building in the north, 3 figures in black were watching closely. They were focused on Liu Hongyi, but they failed to notice the bright red glimmer in their eyes. In their view, the scene unfolded as a golden guangtu suddenly exploded. The golden light of the shield burst like fireworks, illuminating the entire North City. Outside to the left, an eager voice exclaimed, "Mr. Feng, the barrier has been breached. Liu Hongyi and the others are trying to escape. I can sense a divine king is in battle. Could it be that a powerful human expert has infiltrated Tian Yao City? The Yao Man divine king has been held back." The 3 figures in black were filled with excitement. After struggling for so long, they had finally reached this pivotal moment. Mr. Feng was overwhelmed with emotion as he stood up and pointed ahead, shouting, "Quick, gather everyone. We must bring Liu Hongyi out." As the news from Mr. Feng spread, all of the human race hiding in Tian Yao City sprang into action. They all agreed to head straight towards the barrier where Lu Hongyu was trapped. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan, with a serious expression, turned to Lu Yi and the two little foxes, saying, "Plan might change. Lu Yi, we need to go to the North City." Tu Shanyu quickly chimed in, "Master, I want to go with you three." Xiao Zhan shook his head. You can't go. It would reveal your identity." Hearing this, Tu Shanyu drooped her ears, her small face filled with disappointment as she replied, "Yes, master." After that, Xiao Zhan and Lu Yi stood up. With a swift motion, she tore through the fabric of space with one hand while pulling Xiao Zhan along with the other. Her face was cold and slightly anxious as she said, "The plan is changing too quickly." Liu Hongyi sent a message to Tu Shanyu. "Even if there is a slight delay, your plan will still fail. Moreover, even if she doesn't hesitate at all, it will be hard for her to complete your arrangements in such a short time." Lu Yi spoke as she swiftly carried Xiao Zhan through the void. Listening to Lu Yi's analysis, Xiao Zhan nodded continuously. With a somewhat helpless look, he turned to her and said, "Lu Yi, you're right, but could you change the position for me?" Upon hearing this, Lu Yi immediately understood. She shot of a sharp glare and in an instant changed her grip. She held Xiao Zhan completely in her arms and continued flying. Seizing the opportunity, lecherous Chu leaned his face against Lu Yi's bosom and inhaled the fragrant scent of the fruit. This made him feel like he was on cloud nine. He secretly marveled, "Wow, Lu Yi's bosom smells so sweet. I want to taste that sweetness." Lu Yi quickly noticed Xiao Zhan's inappropriate behavior. She used a frosty glare to shoot him a look and coldly asked, "What do you think you're doing? Caught in the act?" Lecherous Chu was taken aback. He had a sheepish expression, unsure of how to explain himself. In an instant, best actor Xiao Zhan fully got into character. He pretended to be serious and looked at Lu Yi, trying to change the subject. "Hong Yi will definitely be prepared to cooperate with me. Moreover, whether we need to take action first depends on the specific situation with the humans sneaking into Tian Yao City. If they are strong, they might help hold things up and prolong the chaos for a bit. In that case, we would move to rescue the others. If they are too weak and get defeated in an instant, then we should wait a little longer. At least we need to wait until that blood monster lord leads before we take action." Lu Yi nodded slightly. She no longer paid attention to Xiao Zhan's inappropriate behavior. The two of them continued to fly quickly towards the northern city. Soon after, Lu Qingyu, Lu Yi, and Xiao Zhan arrived at the northern city of Tian Yao City. They appeared beneath the city tower. About 5 miles from the golden Guangtu, they held back from attacking and used the talisman on their backs to conceal their presence, making it easier to observe. At that moment, Dai Zun, Saint Golden Ape, Blood Monster Lord, and a tribal divine king were all hiding in the shadows, watching closely. This lineup was incredibly powerful. Saint Golden Ape was in a bad mood. His eyes flickered between green and red as he turned to Blood Monster Lord and asked, "Blood Demon, what's the situation?" The Blood Monster Lord lightly raised a finger to his lips, then smiled seductively as he replied, "Just wait a moment, the rats are coming. In their eyes, we are engaged in battle with a powerful enemy. That person, according to the rumors, is the formidable female emperor of Tai Su Holy Ground." The Saint Golden Ape nodded in agreement. His eyes glinted with bloodlust and intense killing intent. He clenched his fist tightly and said grimly, "Those pesky rats are all eager to take Liu Hong Yi for themselves. Just wait a bit longer, don't hold back, and take them out in one shot. I want to torture these rats properly." Meanwhile, below the tower, Lu Ye used her crystal clear vision to eavesdrop on the conversation of the 4 divine kings. Xiao Zhan couldn't help but shake his head and exclaimed, "Looks like we have 4 divine kings just sitting here waiting for their enemies." After saying this, Xiao Zhan glanced at Lu Yi, a wicked smile creeping onto his face. "Lu Yi, if you were to jump out right now, do you think it would scare those divine kings half to death?" Lu Yi, her face cold, replied, "I don't know if they'll be scared, but you might be in serious danger. If you're not afraid of dying, I can give it a shot." The girl in the purple dress added, "You really enjoy these kinds of thrills." Xiao Zhan's expression immediately changed upon hearing this. Sweat poured down his face, and he could only manage to stammer, "Huh?" Outside the city of B, over 200 individuals cloaked in black were rapidly approaching the golden Guangtu from all directions. Each of them wore an excited expression, completely unaware that they had fallen into an illusion set by the Blood Monster Lord. Xiao Zhan stood in the shadows, carefully sensing the group of black-clad figures. His eyes quickly widened in surprise. There were 5 great saints, more than 20 low saints, and the rest were all at least at the godly power realm. It was astonishing to see so many human cultivators within Tian Yao City. Their cultivation levels were impressive. What kind of force was behind them? Usually, the high-level combat power of a holy place was of this caliber. Hearing Xiao Zhan express his astonishment, Lu Yi couldn't help but cover her mouth and laugh at him. This kid is too naive about the forces of the holy places, primordial families, and barbarian rulers. They have managed to survive for over 1,000,000 years. Do you think it's just because their ancestors had a celestial emperor, or because they possess divine weaponry to guard them? Demonic Chu looked puzzled, isn't it? Lu Yi smiled and replied, naive. Xiao Zhan narrowed his eyes slightly. So you mean to say they have hidden forces? Lu Yi nodded and replied, of course, there are terrifying hidden truths. It's not just the human race that is equally affected. While Lu Yi and Xiao Zhan were talking outside, a figure in black robe with wide-open pupils laughed loudly. Ha ha, who would have thought that Tian Qiong City would have a great enemy invading? It's like heaven is helping me. We need to move faster. Before the Divine Kings realize what's happening, we must take Lu Hongyi and leave immediately. His companions, whether they were great saints, low saints, or at the godly power realm, all laughed wildly. They were lost in their delusion, unaware that they were about to fall into a trap. The group in black robes flew straight towards the shimmering golden guangtu. Each of them wore a joyful expression, excitedly attacking the sturdy barrier that seemed unbreakable. As they saw the black-robed figures crazily charging towards the shield, the Saint Golden Ape immediately ordered the setup of a great sealing formation, locking down the space and preventing anyone from escaping. Witnessing this scene, Xiao Zhan's face changed dramatically. He thought to himself, this is ruthless. They're denying people a chance to survive. If I were in this situation, I would be on the brink of death. Luckily, when I came out, I had Lu Yi with me, my big shield. Lu Yi turned to Xiao Zhan and asked, so, what do you think? Do you want to make a move? Xiao Zhan furrowed his brow, thought for a moment, and then shook his head. Let's wait a bit longer and observe. In his heart, Xiao Zhan knew that if nothing unexpected happened, all these people wouldn't last much longer. They clearly wouldn't have a chance for him to take action. A moment later, the formation set up by the Saint Golden Ape was activated around them. The group of black-clad figures found themselves trapped. The effects of the mind alteration illusion technique began to fade away one by one. The colors in their eyes returned to normal as they emerged from the illusion. Before them hovered 4 divine kings, high above and looking down at them. There was no guangtu shining like gold, nor was there any imposing female emperor. They had all been deceived. The black-clad figures looked around, their minds becoming foggy. One by one, they stared wide-eyed, their expressions shifting to fear. We're done for. We fell into a trap. What is going on? When did we get surrounded? Mr. Feng, what should we do? You need to come up with a solution quickly. Mr. Feng's face darkened. He first tried to activate his treasure, wanting to take his people and escape. However, the void was tightly locked down by the Divine King and the Phoenix Seal formation, making it impossible to break through. They could not escape. The Saint Golden Ape clenched his fist, his eyes filled with killing intent. He looked toward the group of black-cloaked figures and shouted coldly, "You pitiful rats, you barely make a move and think you can intimidate me. I can endure a little longer, but you all dare to poison the entire population of Tian Qiong City right under my nose. How bold! I will crush each of you into ashes and make your deaths very unpleasant." Upon hearing this, Mr. Feng's face turned even darker. He stepped forward and called out to the Saint Golden Ape. Saint Golden Ape, wait a moment. The Saint Golden Ape, undeterred, coldly replied, "Are you trying to buy time? Do you think someone is coming to save you?" There was a thick aura of malice in the Saint Golden Ape's tone. He had witnessed too many innocent lives lost at the hands of these people, likely more than 200 million. With such a high toll, the Saint Golden Ape harbored an intense hatred for these black-cloaked figures that ran deep. Mr. Feng let out a soft sigh. He wore a wicked smile as he looked at the 4 divine kings in the sky. Aren't you curious why we are so determined to rescue Lu Hongyi? The Golden Ape Divine Lord coldly replied, "We can easily extract the information by capturing you and performing a soul extraction. I have no time for your nonsense. Guards, capture these insects completely." Mr. Feng showed no fear. He held the gaze of the Golden Ape Divine Lord and the other 3 divine kings, smirking slightly. "We have been placed under a careful communication spell. If you force a soul extraction, our souls will self-detonate immediately." Upon hearing this, the Golden Ape sank and the 3 other divine kings frowned. They understood that the careful communication spell was indeed very tricky to deal with. The Daizun's voice drifted toward Mr. Feng, asking, "Do you have a way to evade the communication spell?" Mr. Feng smiled and replied, "I naturally have a method." The Golden Ape Saint glared at Mr. Feng, snapping, "Do you think you can use this information to buy your lives? Don't even think about it. After all, Lu Hongyi is trapped inside Guangtu. We cannot enter, nor can she escape. One day we'll find a way to break through Guangtu, and then we will capture her for real. At that time, everything will be clear. Mr. Feng slightly shifted his gaze. He knew that if he didn't reveal some valuable key information, these ruthless divine kings wouldn't hesitate to destroy him. After thinking for a moment, he spread his arms wide and spoke loudly to the four divine kings. Your Excellencies, this matter is related to the Supreme Realm. What? What did you say? Upon hearing the words Supreme Realm, the four divine kings were all shaken to their core. Even the great saints exchanged alarmed glances, their faces filled with fear. Tian Qiong Zhan, standing to the side, furrowed his brows and thought, indeed, Lu Hongyi is hiding a significant secret. The Supreme Realm. That's an ancient legend. Lu Yi's expression also changed dramatically. She was quite obsessed with the mysteries surrounding the Supreme Realm. She immediately turned to Xiao Zhan and asked, Kid, do you know what Lu Hongyi is hiding? Xiao Zhan shook his head, rubbed his chin, and sighed, I don't know. I only have 2 stone tablets with me. It contains some information related to the Supreme Realm, but I just hadn't had time to figure out what the Supreme Realm has to do with Lu Hongyi. Mr. Feng saw the 4 divine kings of the demon clan stunned and lost in thought. He immediately broke into a bright, confident smile. Dear lords, I wonder if this news can buy our lives. My demand is simple. Let my people leave safely, and I will stay behind to share all the information with you. Hearing this, the group of cloaked figures looked worried. No way, Mr. Feng. We can't leave you here alone. If we go, we all go together. Mr. Feng spoke firmly. Everyone, listen to me. After we leave Tianyao City, it's best not to return. The news has leaked, and if you go back, you will definitely die. This mission was my mistake, all my fault, and I will bear the consequences. You must live well. After secretly communicating among themselves for a moment, Blood Monster Lord conjured a glass orb from her hand, floating it in front of Mr. Feng. She said calmly, we can let you all go, but first you need to provide details about the Supreme Realm. We might consider sparing your companions, but before that, I want to see if you're telling the truth. Talk to the orb. If you lie, it will explode. Mr. Feng showed no hesitation. He immediately stepped in front of the Liu Lai mirror and said slowly, there is information about the Supreme Realm on Lu Hongyi. As soon as Mr. Feng finished speaking, the Liu Lai mirror shattered. Upon seeing this, Mr. Feng's eyes widened in shock. He couldn't hide his choked voice filled with fear as he exclaimed, it's impossible. I'm not lying. At that moment, St. Golden Ape could no longer contain himself. He pointed angrily at Mr. Feng and shouted, damn it, do you dare to lie to us? Do you want to die? Mr. Feng's expression fell. His heart sank into despair. He didn't understand what was happening, but he insisted on explaining, you have to listen to me. I'm not lying. Seeing this unfold, Demonic Chu smirked coldly to himself, thinking of wanting to sacrifice yourself for a greater cause, willing to give everything for others. Too bad you not only want to sacrifice yourself, but also Liu Hongyi. You all should just die here. At least it would be a meaningful death. Xiao Zhan, meanwhile, wrapped his arms around Lu Yi's waist, burying his head in her troubled spirit. He took a moment to breathe deeply and softly said, Lu Yi, this time we're lucky someone acted. Demonic Chu made sure no one could detect Lu Yi before shattering the Liu Lai mirror right after Mr. Feng spoke. Lu Yi gently patted Xiao Zhan's head and smiled, saying, after we rescue Liu Hongyi, I want to know what they have in their possession. Demonic Chu smiled in response, no problem at all. As he spoke, lecherous Chu took a moment to savor the fragrant fruit with a milky aroma. Suddenly, Xiao Zhan looked over at Mr. Feng, wondering, what is that? On the side, Mr. Feng was tightly bound by chains held by a demon. He had somehow obtained a wooden box that he was holding in his hands. Lu Yi's gaze shifted, and a look of uncertainty appeared in his blue eyes. Is this a talisman treasure? Xiao Zhan looked puzzled as he replied, a talisman treasure. I've encountered many regular talismans before. What's so special about this talisman treasure? Lu Yi explained, this talisman treasure is very rare from the primordial era. In this later age, it's even more precious and hard to find. There's likely very little written about it in ancient texts. Its value lies in its ability to consume the elemental chi of heaven and earth along with some materials, automatically generating talismans, and has incredibly powerful effects. Xiao Zhan smiled wryly and said softly, automatically creating talismans. In his heart, Xiao Zhan thought that this function was somewhat similar to a modern-day printer. Lu Yi nodded slightly. These people were hiding right under the Divine King's nose, which surely had something to do with the talisman treasure. Demonic Chu's eyes sparkled at this. He turned to Lu Yi and said, what a great treasure. Lu Yi quickly grabbed it away. Seeing Xiao Zhan's greedy and shameless expression, she reluctantly replied, all 4 Divine Kings are watching that, unless you want to reveal yourself right now. Xiao Zhan pouted like a child denied candy. Seizing the chance, he buried his face between Lu Yi's large breasts, looking pitiful as he said, fine. At that moment, Lu Yi suddenly turned her head. She looked through the void and said, "Wait." Xiao Zhan immediately lifted his head to follow her gaze and asked with a frown, "What's wrong?" With alert eyes, Lu Yi replied, "There's a supreme divinity aura." Xiao Zhan was taken aback and exclaimed, "What?" Seeing his shocked expression, Lu Yi gently closed her eyes and reassured him, "It's just a lingering soul. The aura isn't stable." Lu Yi's cultivation was incredibly profound. She could sense even the smallest disturbances. Clearly, the lingering soul with that supreme divinity aura was nearby. Lu Yi could sense this remnant soul, likely because of the blood-colored pupil in the center of that person's forehead. The upright blood-colored pupil made Lu Yi feel extremely uneasy, as if this being were not even from the same form of life as her. It was a feeling that was hard to put into words. Without hesitation, Lu Yi delved deep into her mind to find her sister, Lu Qingyu. Sister Lu crossed her arms seriously and said, "If we are fish living in the ocean, then that person is like a bird soaring in the sky. It's not just that our forms of life are different. It feels like his entire ecosystem is different, too." As she was saying this, Lu Yi frowned and thought. After a long while, she finally came up with a fitting phrase, "super life form." With that, Lu Yi's expression turned serious as she continued, "It's truly extraordinary. It seems to be closer to the heaven Tao. What exactly is it?" Then, as if recalling something, Sister Lu quickly addressed Lu Yi. "White, don't you find this feeling familiar?" Reminded by her sister, Lu Yi immediately reacted. She then fixed her gaze on Xiao Zhan, thinking to herself, "Yes, it seems like he has been modified by Heaven Tao, just like how Tu Shan Yu and the others were altered by Xiao Zhan. As for how the modification was done and what connections it holds, only Xiao Zhan knows." Suddenly, feeling Lu Yi's intense stare, lecherous Chu mistakenly thought she was admiring him. He promptly closed his eyes, puckered his lips, and leaned closer to Lu Yi, softly saying, "Lu Yi, don't look at me like that. I'm so shy." Seeing Xiao Zhan's annoying act, Lu Yi immediately frowned. She flicked him hard on the forehead, causing a bump to rise and a painful yelp to escape his lips. "Ouch! Lu Yi, you hit too hard." When Lu Yi turned her back on him in a huff, Xiao Zhan quickly reached out to massage her shoulders and began to flatter her. Lu Yi calmed down, saying, "I didn't mean to do that. By the way, Lu Yi, can you use the magical of divine vision to observe that person?" Not taking it to heart, she quickly waved her hand, projecting the image of a man in black. After seeing the face and the blood-red pupil right at the center of this person's forehead, Xiao Zhan immediately recognized who this was. He smiled, revealing his teeth as he remarked, "Wan Yao Gu Ming Yao Zi, so it's him? How interesting." Lu Yi was a bit surprised to hear this and asked, "Do you know him?" Xiao Zhan nodded and replied, "Yeah, not only that, I fought him before in the King of Huang Mountain's secret realm. The red eye running down the middle of his forehead is really eerie. It gives me a very uncomfortable feeling." Never having imagined he had such an impressive background, Lu Yi nodded slightly. She glanced at Xiao Zhan in astonishment and said, "I can't believe you two have met." Xiao Zhan immediately said to Lu Yi, "Let's go catch him. I'm very curious about what he has inside him." Lu Yi then asked, "Aren't you concerned about Liu Hongyi and the others anymore?" Demonic Chu smiled slightly and replied, "There's no rush. Hongyi is safe for now. I'll definitely rescue him and the others when the time is right." After saying this, Lu Yi and Xiao Zhan moved slightly and stepped through the void, heading east where Ming Yao Zi was hiding. At that moment, on the roof of a building in East City, Ming Yao Zi stood with his hands clasped together, gazing toward Guangtu in the distance, where Liu Hongyi was imprisoned. Ming Yao Zi spoke softly, "Liu Hongyi is being held captive inside there. I've heard that the Love Man Divine King tried to break through using divine weaponry, but even that didn't work. Are you really sure you can break through it?" The ancient soul hidden within Ming Yao Zi immediately appeared behind him. The old voice let out a cold laugh and replied, "This thing should never have existed in this world. It was brought here to the Tian Qiong Continent by some great being of the human race. Ming Yao Zi, do you know why the Love Man Divine King and the others couldn't break through Wang Q?" Ming Yao Zi frowned and replied, "If I knew, I wouldn't be asking you now, would I?" The ancient soul shook his head and chuckled. "That's true. The reason the Love Man Divine King and the others can't break through Guang Q is that inside it lies a kind of immortal substance. This is a type of energy that is higher than ordinary heavenly energy. Therefore, to break it, we must extract that immortal substance." Ming Yao Zi, looking puzzled, asked, "Immortal, eternal life, what exactly is that?" The ancient soul replied, "I'm not entirely sure how to explain it. My memories aren't complete, but my subconscious tells me that much, and I can assure you it's definitely true." Ming Yao Zi nodded. If you are so certain, then what should we do next? Ming Yaozai had barely begun to speak when the sky ahead, about 10 meters into the void, suddenly split open. From within, Lu Yi appeared, cradling a fox spirit man in her arms. The fox spirit man was none other than best actor Xiao Zhan. Seeing this comical scene, Ming Yaozi and the old Tan Han could not help but be startled. Lu Yi casually glanced at Ming Yaozi and Tan Han behind her, then smiled and said, "Hello." As soon as she finished speaking, the ancient voice, filled with panic and fear, turned to Ming Yaozi, saying, "Supreme Divinity. That woman is the Supreme Divinity. Ming Yaozi, you must be careful." Ming Yaozi's pupils immediately contracted in shock. He couldn't believe that a Supreme Divinity would appear before him. He bit his lip, forcing himself to calm down, and quickly bowed to Lu Yi. "Senior, may I ask if you could allow Ming Yaozi to finish speaking?" Lu Yi remained silent. She waved her sleeve, instantly unleashing an invisible force that enveloped Ming Yaozi's body, sealing off his cultivation so that he couldn't struggle or make a sound. A moment later, Lu Yi tore through the void again. She disappeared from her location with Xiao Zhan and Ming Yaozi and Tao. After capturing Ming Yaozi, Xiao Zhan and Lu Yi immediately returned to Tushan. They quickly imprisoned Ming Yaozi beneath the hidden chamber. Xiao Zhan was still disguised as a young fox boy, clearly wanting to keep his identity hidden from Ming Yaozi. Ming Yaozi was tightly bound to a cross. The walls around him were lined with various torture devices like whips, candles, iron chains, clamps, and an array of clubs. Lu Yi, however, paid no mind to these things. She raised her hand and unleashed the Supreme Divinity Compass, swiftly setting up layers of barriers to seal off the space around them. She completely restrained Ming Yaozi, ensuring that the Supreme Divinity's lingering soul within him had no chance to escape. At that moment on the cross, Ming Yaozi finally came to his senses from a daze. Anger filled his face as he looked at the three individuals, Lu Yi, Xiao Zhan, and the Tushan. He demanded, "Who are you? Why have you captured me?" Lu Yi stepped in front of Ming Yaozi. She held the compass up and replied coldly, "The reason we brought you here is, of course, our own." Xiao Zhan, dressed up like a young boy, had been closely observing each torture tool in front of him. He turned to Tushan Yu and said, You really know how to have fun, don't you?" Hearing this, Tushan Yu's face flushed with embarrassment. She flashed a bright smile and replied, "You're too kind, master." At that moment, lecturess Chu began to imagine a scene where Tushan Yu was tied up. Meanwhile, he would be whipping her. She could only cry out, letting him enjoy the show. Just thinking about that made Xiao Zhan excited, and he grinned wickedly. Noticing the lecherous look on Xiao Zhan's face, Tushan Yu showed her cat-like teeth. Her face was still red as she sweetly said, "Master, these are specially prepared for those who don't listen. The feeling is truly wonderful. Would you like to try it?" Upon hearing this, Xiao Zhan's expression immediately changed. He frowned and shot Tushan Yu a glare, coldly responding, "Really now? You want me to try? You're quite something." Tushan Yu quickly waved her hands in explanation, "Master, don't get the wrong idea. Of course, you is the one who will be on the receiving end. As long as it makes you happy, I'll do anything." Xiao Zhan reached out to pat Tushan Yu's head, a gentle smile on his face. "Silly, you're my cute little one. How could I ever bring myself to hit you? But your Hope's the master." Xiao Zhan quietly thought to himself, "Wow, I never expected Tushan Yu to be like this. She actually likes this kind of thing. I'm learning something new here." Lu Yi and Ming Yaozi, watching from the side, were at a loss for words. Ming Yaozi glanced at Lu Yi, confused, and asked, "Cough, cough, I've never offended the senior, so why are you targeting me?" Lu Yi maintained her focus on the Supreme Divinity's magic compass. She coldly replied, "Ming Yaozi, shut up. Get the ancient monster in your body to talk." Ming Yaozi's expression shifted dramatically. His eyes filled with disbelief as he looked at Lu Yi, thinking, how is this possible? How could they know? The lingering spirit of the Supreme Divinity within him was exposed and finally came out of hiding. From the center of his brow, Ming Yaozi projected an illusory image. Its blood-red slitted eye moved, eventually locking onto Lu Yi, then transmitting a fragment of its consciousness. "Friend, your perceptive abilities are too strong. It seems we were detected as soon as we entered the city." Lu Yi pulled Xiao Zhan behind her. As long as that blood-colored pupil didn't strike, she kept her arm raised, a Supreme Divinity battle compass at the ready. She continued to stare intently at the blood-colored pupil, furrowing her brow and asking, "What exactly are you?" At this point, she thought to herself, "I initially believed that there was a remnant soul of a Supreme Divinity hidden within Ming Yaozi, but it seems like that's not the case." Hearing Lu Yi's question, the blood-colored pupil blinked lightly. "If I say I don't even know what I am, would you believe me?" My memories are incomplete, and there's so much I can't clearly recall, including my own origin. I really don't know. Lu Yi frowned at this. Xiao Zhan, still hiding behind her, carefully observed the blood-colored pupil and smirked coldly. Not remembering? That's convenient for you. It just shows you're useless. Lu Yi, it's clear just by looking that this thing isn't any good. We should get rid of it and seal it away to prevent any unnecessary trouble. Lu Yi nodded in agreement with Xiao Zhan's suggestion and stepped forward to take action. Ming Yao Zag twitched the corner of his mouth, his expression shifting in an instant. The blood-colored pupil quickly spoke up. Wait, fellow Taoist. Xiao Zhan, upon hearing this, smirked, revealing a hint of a smile. Oh, have you remembered something? Blood pupil sighed lightly, using its spiritual energy to convey a voice that sounded extremely ancient. Indeed, my memory has some issues. I only vaguely remember. I come from a continent called Hong Huang, which is an incredibly vast and limitless realm. No one knows how large it is, and beyond that, I truly don't remember anything else. Hearing this, Xiao Zhan and Lu Yi exchanged glances. Lu Yi then secretly communicated with Xiao Zhan, asking, is the Hong Huang? He mentioned the same one you talked about before. Xiao Zhan frowned slightly and shook his head, replying, probably not. From what I've learned, the Hong Huang in the starry sky is a space created by the human race. In fact, its area can't even be described as vast. It is a composite of many smaller spaces combined together. It's similar to the Tai Su Holy Ground. The thigh to tower might not look big from the outside, but inside, it consists of a lot of interconnected spaces. Lu Yi contemplated this. It wasn't the Hong Huang that this young one was referring to. Xiao Zhan's expression shifted slightly as he looked at the blood-colored pupil floating in the air. With a calm demeanor, arms crossed over his chest, he asked, does the Hong Huang you speak of have a goddess? The blood-colored pupil was momentarily stunned before responding, I don't know. Xiao Zhan continued to ask, what about the Sand King Patriarch? Still giving the same answer, the blood pupil replied, I don't know. What about Dong Huang Tai Yi? As soon as those words were spoken, the blood pupil immediately began to tremble wildly, moving restlessly and transmitting intermittent thoughts. Dong Huang Tai Yi, Dong Huang Lord. Hearing this, Xiao Zhan couldn't help but be surprised. Although he tried to maintain a calm exterior, his heart was in turmoil. His expression grew serious as he thought, when I was in Nanking, I've read about the myths and legends online. Dong Huang Tai Yi is said to be an extraordinary being conceived by Tai Yang Xing. He managed the innate chaotic treasures together with his elder brother Daijun and founded the ancient supreme heavenly court of the demon race. Could it be that there really is a continent named Hong Huang in this world? As Xiao Zhan pondered, he rubbed his chin, lost in thought. In the end, he was certain it must be true. If it weren't for the great power in the cosmos creating this testing ground, why would they name it after Hong Huang? They very likely came from the Hong Huang continent. That continent could very well be the supreme realm. In the eyes of the cultivators from Tian Qiong Continent, the supreme realm is akin to the heavenly realm. At this moment, Lu Yi couldn't help herself. She directed her thoughts toward Xiao Zhan, asking curiously, what is Dong Huang Tai Yi? Why did he get so agitated when he heard that name? Xiao Zhan replied through thought transmission, I'll explain it in detail later. Lu Yi nodded, not feeling rushed. After all, she trusted that this kid wouldn't deceive her. Xiao Zhan looked back at Blood Pupil and asked, how much do you know about Dong Huang Tai Yi? Blood Pupil was emotionally stirred, but it disappointed Xiao Zhan. Aside from questions about Dong Huang Tai Yi, Blood Pupil insisted he didn't have answers to other inquiries. Overall, this wasn't a bad outcome. At least, Xiao Zhan now believed that the legend of Hong Huang might really exist. Thinking of this made a slight smile appear on his lips. He then turned his attention to Blood Pupil and asked, so, tell me, what is your purpose of coming to Tianyao City? Blood Pupil's thoughts vibrated as an old voice responded. This youngster wants to visit the master of Tianyao City, Sun Xiao. Of course, I'm tagging along with Ming Yao Zi. Ming Yao Zi nodded at this. His gaze toward Xiao Zhan was sincere as he said, I hope you will let me go. Xiao Zhan smirked coldly. Suddenly, he jumped up, reaching to cover Ming Yao Zi's mouth with his hand, and said in a chilling tone, Kid, you're not being honest. It seems I have to take action since you won't tell the truth otherwise. Xiao looked at Lu Yi and said, Lu Yi, get ready to take the Blood Pupil. My hands have been feeling a bit dry lately. I just want to grab something. Your naked eye isn't too bad either. Lu Yi nodded in response. If you like it, then I'll get it for you. With that, Lu Yi moved in close to Ming Yao Zi. Her arm slowly lifted towards his forehead, preparing to take the Blood Pupil out. Tu Shan Yu nearby saw this and took out a large brass plate. holding it in her hands. She couldn't hide her excitement as she said, "Master, Yor has a plate we can use to hold his blood pupil." Xiao Zhan glanced at Tu Shan, giving a slight nod and a smile. The smile seemed completely innocent, sweet, and endearing, but it sent chills down Ming Yaozi's spine. Ming Yaozi struggled vigorously. Sweat streamed down his face as he stared wide-eyed at Lu Yi's reaching hand. He thought in fear of the blood pupil is connected to my being. If it's taken away, my soul will be gravely harmed, my foundation will be damaged, and my strength will sharply decline. The blood pupil is extremely important to me. It knows many secrets, and I rely on it for many of my skills. More importantly, the secrets within the blood pupil will be discovered by them. As Lu Yi's hand moved closer to his forehead, Ming Yaozi could no longer maintain his calm demeanor. In a panic, he quickly spoke up. "Tu Shan, Senior, we are both from the demon clan. Please spare me." But Ming Yaozi was met with an unusual silence. He once again focused his gaze on Lu Yi and said, "Senior, do you truly wish to be so ruthless? Aren't you worried I might self-destruct along with you?" Lu Yi maintained a cold, indifferent expression. She showed no fear of his threats. Blood Pupil knew that if he remained silent, she would undoubtedly force him out. He was able to think clearly only because he was inside Ming Yaozi's body. If he were to be pulled out, he would lose his consciousness. It would be like a wild-eyed monster going crazy, attacking anything alive that came into view. He felt that turning into such a form would be no different than death. In a rush, Blood Pupil exclaimed, "Wait, my friend, I'll talk." Lu Yi immediately stopped her actions. She spoke coldly, "Go." Demonic Chu, standing behind Lu Yi, added, "You can continue to lie. Don't worry, we absolutely won't give you a chance to speak a second time. So think carefully before you respond." Ming Yaozi was sweating profusely. Blood Pupil shifted slightly, glancing at Xiao Zhan before looking back at Lu Yi. "We came for an item." Realizing that Blood Pupil might be misunderstood by Xiao Zhan and Lu Yi, it quickly added, "It's an object located inside Guangzhou in Northern City. What we're looking for is in the possession of Liu Hongyi and his brood." Xiao Zhan and Lu Yi roughly guessed the goal of their visitors. Xiao Zhan nodded slightly, offering a bright smile to Blood Pupil. "Please tell us specifically what you're looking for and what it does. How do you know about it?" Facing Xiao Zhan's 3 questions in a row, Blood Pupil hesitated, considering whether to lie. But seeing the radiant smile on Xiao Zhan's face, he discarded that thought. After pondering for a moment, Blood Pupil replied, "I can tell you what it is, but you must promise to let us leave." Xiao Zhan nodded immediately upon hearing this. Without any hesitation, he raised his right hand, pointing his sword straight up to the sky. His face was full of seriousness as he spoke in a firm voice, "I swear to Heaven Tao, if you answer my question truthfully and without hiding anything, I will definitely let you go. If not, I will surely be condemned by the heavenly tribulation and turned to ashes." Tu Shan looked at her master in astonishment, realizing he could openly make such a solemn vow to Heaven Tao. She opened her small mouth, her face filled with both fear and admiration, unable to take her eyes off Xiao Zhan. Seeing Xiao Zhan's earnest demeanor, Lu Yi's brows twitched slightly. She chose not to speak, fully aware that this young man might easily go back on his word. At that moment, Xiao Zhan directed his voice toward Blood Pupil, asking, "Have I shown enough sincerity with this vow? In the world of cultivators, swearing a vow to Heaven Tao and then not fulfilling it will lead to consequences from deep within." Thus, Blood Pupil and Ming Yaozai had no doubt about Xiao Zhan's words. Standing nearby, Tu Shan tried to appear serious, but inside, she found it amusing. "This foolish mortal has no idea that my master's great path is not influenced by Heaven Tao. Ha ha! Just wait and see how shocked you all will be. I'm really looking forward to it." After a moment of silence, Blood Pupil finally gave up on insisting. He turned to Xiao Zhan and Lu Yi and said, "That thing is a pendant, which is also a key. It can open a passage to a certain place, but I can't quite remember which one. As for how I know about its existence, it's because I vaguely recall that item from my memories. It fell into the Tian Qiong Continent long ago." Xiao Zhan's eyes flickered slightly as he asked, "Did it fall into the Tian Qiong Continent along with you? Is that the Hong Huang you mentioned? What exactly are you?" Blood Pupil replied, "What am I? I can't remember anymore. I really can't recall. My memories are fragmented. All I know is that I am an eye of a living being, but I have since developed my own consciousness." As he spoke, Blood Pupil's blood-red eyes began to whirl wildly as if he were in great pain. A drop of bright red divine blood spilled from the corner of his eye. Xiao Zhan seemed indifferent to this and continued to ask, "What about other matters? Do you have any other information?" Blood Pupil's eyes blinked rapidly, his consciousness flickering in confusion, and he responded in agony, "I don't know. I can't say for sure. I just don't know." Demonic Chu's face darkened. He stroked his chin and coldly remarked, "Well, that's enough. You're of no use now." Hearing Xiao Zhan's words, both Ming Yaozi and Blood Pupil immediately trembled. Blood Pupil, his voice laced with anger, shouted, "What do you want to do? Don't forget you once swore an oath to Heaven Tao. You brat, if you break your promise, you will be caught in heavenly tribulation. You, the vile traitor, will surely turn to ashes." Ming Yaozi, with a face full of surprise and fear, looked at Xiao Zhan. This was the first time he had encountered someone so fearless. Just a moment ago, he had been talking about Heaven Tao, and now he was reversing his stance. Xiao Zhan didn't waste any words. He directly reached out and grabbed Ming Yaozi's forehead. In an instant, he pulled the blood pupil from his brow. Divine blood splattered everywhere as a result. Ming Yaozi cried out in agony, tilting his head back to scream at the sky. He felt as if his soul was being torn apart. This kind of pain was far worse than countless poisoned needles stabbing into his flesh. In his pain, Ming Yaozai let out a wretched scream, his eyes filled with bright red blood as he stared at Xiao Zhan, unable to look away. As the blood pupil was extracted, an ominous wave of blood energy immediately surged forth, filling the entire secret chamber. Within the blood pupil, a terrifying aura was unleashed, causing Demonic Chu to nearly lose his balance. Tio Jingen felt a jolt inside and thought, "What on earth is this? Just one eye holds such immense power." Lu Yi stood behind him, staring intently at the blood pupil resting in Xiao Zhan's hand. After a moment of contemplation, she said, "The blood pupil doesn't lie. It is indeed an eye from a being. For some unknown reason, it fell out and unexpectedly gained its own consciousness." Demonic Chu then crushed the blood pupil in his hand and consumed it. He felt a surge of powerful energy flooding into his body. His astonishment was evident as he exclaimed, "The energy of this eye is nearly equal to that of a supreme divinity. Just how powerful must the original being of this eye be?" Over an hour later, Demonic Chu fully absorbed the blood pupil. He slowly opened his eyes, a smile spreading across his face as he said, "It worked."